I'm in the mountains of North Carolina, about to hike Mount Mitchell. Not only the highest point in North Carolina, it's also the highest point in the entire eastern US. I think it's about 6,700 feet or so. I've actually never hiked anything higher than Mount Washington, which is 6,288, highest peak in New Hampshire. So this will be a PR for the biggest mountain I've hiked. It's pretty cool up here. It's like 55 degrees, but I think it's mostly trees and stuff. I didn't bring any like warmer clothes in this whole trip because I just assumed it was gonna be really hot in the south, but I was clearly wrong. Yesterday I got a bit cold, but today I do have a rain jacket and a blanket. If that happens, I don't really have any long sleeves or jackets though. So yeah, I get started. I'm gonna take that Old Mitchell Trail out and back to the summit. Should be about 4 miles. You can also drive to the summit. You can see there on the road, but I'm gonna opt to hike from here, make it a little more interesting. There's also options starting way down below, hiking up, but super foggy, so there's not really going to be any views, I don't think. There's some good views down on the Blue Ridge Parkway, which I drove on for a while to get here. Might use that as a thumbnail or something. And the trail is already a river. All right, so it's oh, that's cold water. Had my hiking boots yesterday, which is nice because it's waterproof, but it's just soaked. I guess it doesn't matter if the trail is going to be like this, but yeah. So it's July 2nd, 2021. Did Mount Rogers, highest point in Virginia, yesterday. Hope I'll have that video up first so you can check that out. And that comes out as number 13. This will be number 14. And then doing an ambitious trio today. Right after this, 15 will be Sassafras Mountain in South Carolina. It's just kind of right on the border, so it's not like you're driving. It's like still a 2.5 hour drive, but it's not like you're driving across the entire state. And then Georgia will be number 16, be number 3 today, and that will be Brasstown Bald. I believe I really don't know the elevations in those ones. I believe Sassafras is around 3,000 and Brasstown is around 4. So casualties from Mount Rogers yesterday. Some water got into my phone, I guess, and the display is all messed up. It's kind of like smudges everywhere, weird lines, like blue on the left side. Probably have to get a new phone. Fortunately, GoPro and gimbal, I believe, are water resistant, so no issues there. Maybe I'll take the auto road down. This is kind of dangerous though. This is kind of like New Hampshire. You're in these. I think this is alpine. I'm not sure if alpine does exist down here, but 6,000 feet up, dropping all the way down to like 54 degrees or whatever. It's probably alpine, but I'll have to look that one up later. Yeah, reminds me of New Hampshire a lot. These woods. You're way up. It's much cooler than at the bottom. Lots of fog. I'm talking about the White Mountains, of course. I'd say the difference is that these trees are thinner and they're more bare. But it's not not wildly different. All right, 1.2 miles in. Actually, I've made no progress in elevation gain. 300 feet up, but also 300 feet down. So I'm guessing the last half mile or so is gonna be super steep. So the trail started off like a stream, at the beginning, the footage at the beginning. But I mean, it's wet, lots of puddles since, but not wet like that. Also very, very rocky, technical, rooty. Just kind of in a dense forest here. Did go by a few viewpoints, but no views today with the fog. Yeah, finally starting to climb. All right, straight Camp Alice Trail and Mountains to Sea Trail 0.5. That way, right, 1.5 miles to the park office, where we came from, right there. And then to the rear, Old Mitchell Trail, Mountains to Sea Trail. So now it's yellow and white, 0.25 miles, next intersection that way. From there, 0.25 miles to the summit. So Mount Mitchell's 6,684. Cool. Maybe I'll take Camp Alice. Perhaps I'll take Camp Alice and Commissary back. That might be more interesting. Yeah. Headed to the summit. Get in there. Approaching the summit area, Mount Mitchell. Kind of like a paved walkway here. Canadian forest. Aromatic fir trees, spruce fir forest. Yes, the trees are one of those. It's kind of weird, but I guess we're still below the parking lot, so they made a paved walkway for this area. I can see the parking lot or some kind of observation deck up there. Here it is, Mount Mitchell summit. They kind of made this little like deck. Mount Mitchell, highest peak east of the Mississippi River. Elevation 6,684 feet. High point 14 in the books. 36 to go. On to South Carolina. This seems like it would have really good views, but I guess I'll have to come back some other day. Alright, we can look at the views we would have gotten if it wasn't foggy. Point Misery, Little Butte, Big Butte, Burnsville. It has the trees here, so yeah, I'm guessing the views that direction would have been outstanding. Tennessee, so you would have been able to see Tennessee that way. Clingman's Dome, highest peak in Tennessee. That is on deck for tomorrow. Alright, so that's it. You can see summit area here, true summit right there, since that's natural. Highest mountain I've hiked, highest peak in the east, and the highest mountain in North Carolina. It's gonna wrap that up. South Carolina on deck.